It is a beautiful day at the Somerville Magnet School, and the four of you are there. You were able to make it off the boat last night via some magic and or explosions, and arrived this morning no worse for wear. There were no further surprises on the boat, but you did start this day with several burning questions, specifically 3. 1, what is Arno's big surprise and where will it take place? 2, what is up with the painting that the dollar told Darby about? And 3, what was it that Kestrel and, by extension, Neela Nightmare and Eleanor Clock took from that boat? You are all in the stands watching the Varsity team, which has coalesced together for the year, going through fielding drills. All of you, by the way, are still very much obligated to play Blaseball and practice and train in the hopes that your skills continue to improve, that you may one day make the Varsity team. But the Varsity team for this year has come together. It is 80% seniors and 20% juniors, with 0% freshmen and sophomores. The bards, the joint coaches of the Somerville Magnet School team, are watching the practice, whispering and making notes. You're all observing from the stands, especially because the Varsity team is about to take some kind of trip. You don't believe it's a game because nothing's been scheduled, but it is some kind of trip, potentially team building. So you're all there almost to kind of send them off. There are like team buses right outside, and they're kind of doing this like open practice for all of you to watch. One of you, so all 4 of you are there, as well as probably like 25% of the school. Whoever kind of has like a free period or kind of ditched is watching this. So one of you, whoever's feeling lucky, roll 2d6 plus sharp.
I'll do it.
All right.
Da, 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 da. Whoa.
I have never felt lucky in this game.
All right, 1 second while I find out what the dice rolled on my floor was. That's going to be a 7.
All right, partial success. Okay, so you, Morgan, you're watching the team, and on a partial success, your essentially your natural desire to know everybody and everything and connect everyone together into a loose web is a bit overridden by the fact that one of the players on the Varsity team is, unsurprisingly, Arno the player, your rival candidate for class president. You're just kind of watching him operate out there. He is, as the name would suggest, a truly excellent Blaseball player. Essentially, if you've never seen a game of professional Blaseball, Arno the player would probably be the best ball player you've ever seen. Incredibly smooth in the field, true 5-tool player, 4 tools. The one thing you can't do is hit for power. Yeah. But like he's never had a home run in Blittle League, but he is just an incredibly quick, incredibly skilled, agile player. So you're kind of watching him. You only know a couple other people with the partial success. So I'll give you 2 names off of the team. Jolene Wormwood's older sister, Barbara Ann Wormwood, and active gang member, Voltage Grid Bias of the Kamev Electrics.
I'm sorry, Voltage Grid Bias.
Voltage Grid Bias. Someone you have run across years earlier. One of the younger Kamev Electrics, one of the ones that's still in high school. The 2 of them are both good player. Barbara Ann Wormwood kind of has like a field general mentality. Like she plays second base. She's constantly calling out the plays. Actively chewing gum, speaking in a non-Massachusetts accent, despite the fact that she's from here. So yeah, it's the Somerville team is a good team, especially the team that came together here. So all of you are kind of in the stands watching, but you all have stuff on your mind. So something's going to happen in a few minutes. But is there anything that any of you want to do first while you have free time and or an internet connection and or a bit of downtime after last night?
Who's the catcher?
Of this team, not your backup, because they would be in junior high. The catcher is a very squat, strong looking person that you don't.
The Hank?
Well, it is not the Hank, alas. Well, we could have we can have the chat give us a name plus one word, and that'll be it's a senior,
a squat senior.
A squat senior. So I need a name and then one word that's not squat, and that'll be our starting catcher for Somerville. But in the meantime, is there anything anyone wants to do?
I'll read Arno's mind.
All right. So yeah, you tried this the other day, kind of in perfect conditions.
Yeah, in perfect conditions.
And you couldn't really get a read. Essentially, it's almost like he was too non-secretive, in a weird way. And you couldn't really kind of plumb the depths. But now he's busy, he's occupied.
He's distracted.
His blood's up. This might be a moment for another one. So give me a 2d6 plus weird.
I'm just sitting here. Figure I might as well give it a dive. Ugh, that is a 7. Not so
okay. I'll give you 3 choices. You get 1. You can get the timing of Arno's big surprise, the nature of Arno's big surprise, or a secret about Arno the player.
Ooh. Secret. I choose secret about Arno the player.
Ooh. Arno
feed my book.
Yeah, I got a good one. Let's. Yeah. Arno the player last night had a relatively secret meeting with Morgan's stepfather, Ryan.
What?
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 Oh, that's a good one.
That too, Ryan.
Oh, that's a meatball.
Oh, that is a meatball.
Oh, excellent.
The nature of the meeting you can't really read, but they were somewhere nice, and they were having a secretive conversation. You think they wanted to avoid attention.
Oh, I have. Do you think it involves the Boston flowers?
Hey, you don't know that. You don't know about the Boston flowers.
I don't.
Don't say it in your character voice.
I'm sorry.
Nobody knows about that.
I mean, yes, I mean the Boston flowers. My normal Joey voice.
Oh, that sounds like Joey.
That's the one.
There it is.
So quick question.
Yeah.
Does Morgan know about Eleanor Clock and Neela Nightmare teaming up with Kestrel?
Yeah, I think that's kind of a publicly available information to everyone. Is that the case? I believe
think
it is.
So.
Yeah.
We've sort of happened upon them, haven't we? Or I guess maybe we've just...
Yes. I think there's enough context clues that it came together. Kestrel. Here's what I think you all know. Kestrel Pierce, Neela Nightmare, and Eleanor Clock are a team. What you all don't know, what you the players know, you the characters don't, is that Fauner Bachman is also involved.
Got it. In that case, I'd like to send Eleanor Clock a text.
Sure. Question for you, Morgan. This is entirely up to you. Kestrel Pierce and Neela Nightmare do not go to this school. In fact, you don't know where they go. In fact, you think that's by design. Is Eleanor Clock a Somerville High School student, or is she not?
I think she is.
She is. You send her a text.
Hold on, is she in our grade? I thought she was younger.
Oh, nope, she's in the junior high. Yep. She's in the junior high. You know where she is. She's in the junior high school. Her location is not obscured from you. You do send her a text. Do we know what the text is?
I want to... Eleanor, what's going on with you and Kestrel? I know something's up.
The ... Right now, question mark, nothing. I'm in school.
What happened last night?
Oh, that's a good question. ...
Last night, nothing.
Okay, that's all.
2d6 plus sharp.
7.
I'll give you this. You were on the boat last night. You think they might have been on the boat based on like the security tape you saw the night before.
Oh, in that case, what happened the night before?
After school activity. Why?
After school activity.
She's being evasive.
Oh, send her a picture of me looking stern.
Okay, I send a picture of Zlobs looking stern.
And push into the tiny little phone picture.
I lean out of the tiny little phone picture.
The ... Hi, Zlobs. Hi, Darby.
And then I type, Eleanor, it's just me. I'm here if you need anything.
It's a good approach, Morgan. Open the door to communication.
Stop looking at my text, y'all.
Open the door to communication.
Yeah, we're all...
Are they for everybody?
Yeah, what are you hiding?
Give me a 2d6 plus charm.
Oh, that's a good one. We are pretty charming.
10.
All right. Either now or sometime later, like add it to your sheet if you don't do it now. You can ask Eleanor Clock one question that she will absolutely tell the truth about.
Okay, I'll add it to my sheet.
All right. Cool.
Smart
What else do folks want to do?
Hey, Zlobs.
Yeah, what's up?
I just wanted to say, I was having a hard time sleeping last night, and I was thinking...
Oh, no, not again.
No, not like that.
Oh.
More just like brain stuff that you humans always have to deal with. Just go on and on and on. Anyway, I just wanted to say, if you need any help with, getting Vespa into the school, you just tell me what you need, okay?
Oh, my God. Is there a way to get a vice principal fired?
Is that what you need me to do?
I'm half joking. I mean, she's been... I feel like she's not currently my nemesis and is getting in the way of anything good happening to the school. But that's just me. I'm happy to talk about my current plan again. We're trying a different approach, trying to involve the school committee. They happen to be a shadow organization. But I want to try to appeal to them, try to get around everything.
You're trying to do
Morgan.
it the official way.
Yeah.
What's
Look,
up,
you need
Mathers?
muscle.
Do you know where Ryan was last night?
I think he had a work meeting of some sort.
Where? Like at a restaurant?
I don't know.
You don't know where he got dinner?
No.
Did
Why
he
would I
bring out
care?
a little takeout box that maybe had sort of a branded stamp on top?
No.
No
In fact,
leftovers?
No. In fact, I was like in my room when he got home.
Rich people don't take leftovers.
I take a look. Oh, okay.
I'm talking
Why?
about Ryan, Morgan.
Okay. What about Ryan?
Where did he go to dinner?
I don't know. Why do you care?
I'm just curious. I'm interested. It
you-
may become relevant.
Did you brain something?
Maybe.
What did you brain? Mathers. Spit it
Darby.
out.
Hey, Darby, how many detentions do you have this week?
Only one.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You have so much free time.
Yeah, I know.
Mathers.
Although it means that I don't have a lot of time for my writing.
I promise that I will tell you if it becomes relevant to the matters at hand.
I like how you look at my text messages as I'm typing them, but you keep your brain stuff to yourself.
I thought your phone was for everyone.
No, it's my phone.
Are we talking about Morgan's phone? That's for everyone?
It's not for everyone's.
Yeah, is there
Zlobs.
something we need? Is there something we need to see?
Yeah.
No.
You pass it over.
Yeah, pass it over.
Wax Zlobs sidles in. Hey, Morgan, can I borrow your phone for a second?
No, get away. I'm sorry, Wax Slob. I didn't mean that.
Well, I need an everybody phone. I can't use my phone. I'm entering a contest.
Yeah, take my phone.
Oh, he just ran off with it.
Yeah, he's doing something under the bleachers with multiple phones.
Anyways, Darby, yeah, maybe if you talk to Vespa, maybe you can give her some advice. I feel like I'm getting frustrated at this point.
Yeah, I can meet up with her. I got lots of free time this week. For now.
Until we blow something up again.
Yeah.
Or cut something in half.
I'm just gonna send a
melt something.
quick message to Vespa on my own personal Darby only phone. That says the squeeze later this week.
You receive a calendar invite in return.
Oh, she's so
She's very
efficient.
efficient.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've got so sometime is called tomorrow, the day after you're going to meet Vespa. But yeah, so back to the present. Anybody wants to do before before the bards give a little speech?
I guess we'll listen to the bard's speech. By the way, what are they to each other?
2d6 plus weird.
Oh, nice. I get to try again. Let's see. Oh my gosh. I'm not weird today. 7.
Oh, I should have mentioned there's a -1 on this.
6.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Their minds are fortresses.
Dang it. I'm never going to figure out what these people mean to each other.
You're just creating more danger.
Because I didn't
you-
actually say -1, but it's like a 6.5.
Okay, 6.5, I guess.
They've known each other for a while. Yeah, like all you know is they've known each other for a while. That's it.
All right.
So,
I guess that's better than nothing.
okay, so the bards, kind of blow their whistles in, startlingly choreographed simultaneousness. And all the players kind of stop their fielding drills, start slapping fives and hitting gloves and stuff. And for those of you that yearn to one day be on the varsity, you get like a little bit of a pang of jealousy. For those of you that want to be umpires one day, you get a little pang of like, yeah, I want to be out there too. Like, just seeing the varsity team out there. And yeah, they all start kind of moving in the general direction of their stuff and the bus and all of that. The bards kind of approach the stands where all of you are. There's a couple hundred folks, and they all, more or less going back and forth every sentence or so. We just want to thank everybody for coming out and watching practice. It is very, very motivating to the team. Ain't that right, the team? Yay! Thanks, everybody. You're not going to see their faces for a couple of days. We're taking them on a team-building retreat.
Even Arno?
Even Arno. Just hearing the word Arno, a whole bunch of people break into applause.
What the hell?
I'm so
And he
sorry.
kind of turns. He's talking to someone like near the mount. He waves. Yes, even Arno. So for those of you that have signed up to take home homework for them and give them copies of your notes, it is much appreciated.
Don't worry, everyone. I've got this.
What do you
Good job,
got,
Morgan.
Morgan?
All right, say it.
The phone? Are you giving your phone to
No,
everyone?
I thought it would help with the homework. Oh, gosh.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry.
If Arno's going to be out of town, then when is the surprise happening?
It has to be today then.
I'm not going to be able to
Has to
read
be
his
today.
mind for days.
Okay.
Yeah.
You really think it's today?
It has to be. I'm triangulating it. Is the day to do it.
Yeah, Zlobs, give me a 2d6 plus sharp.
Oh no, 6.
Oh, why?
Okay.
Oh.
On the failure,
Oh.
He's
It is-
triangulating.
Hold on, I'm
it is
triangulating.
not today, but you think it is.
Okay,
Oh,
Morgan,
come
we have to prepare. I take Morgan by her hand. We gotta go.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Morgan, can I borrow your phone?
Yes.
You reach like through the bleachers. Wax Zlobs hands it up to you.
I just have to make a call.
Gotcha. So, all right, Mindy's making a call. What's everybody else doing at this moment?
Zlobs and I are going to prepare for the big reveal today.
Gotcha. So yeah, you make kind of a beeline for the school to try to figure out what and where this thing is.
I'm gonna start-
Darby.
I'm gonna continue helping with Morgan's campaign by spreading the news that she's going to do homework for all the varsity players.
Oh no.
She said
Okay.
it. That's what she said. I thought.
That is perfect.
Thought is such a load-bearing word there.
That's so good. That's so good. Okay, so Morgan and Zlobs, you both are in kind of now rather frantic detective mode, thinking it's like whatever this is, it's happening today.
That means we have to pop our big surprise and counter them.
Exactly. So you start planning your big surprise. And yeah, Mindy, you walk to a secluded area to start making a phone call. Darby, you start spreading the message around here. So,
Hot off the presses.
Did you print up a little thing like a newspaper? Just handing out.
Run to the library
Yep.
real quick.
So Darby, we'll start with you.
Using all my printing privileges for the
Yep.
semester.
Give me a 2d6 plus charm.
Oh, good. I'm good at that. That'd be a 4.
All right. So you spread the rumor that that Morgan is going to be like aggregating the homework assignments and prepping notes for the entire varsity team. You spread it so well. Unfortunately, and you don't really realize this part, it doesn't necessarily have any effect on Morgan's standing in the community, But what it does do is it gets all of the students who volunteered to be note takers to say, oh, well, I guess we don't need to. Morgan is ultimately responsible for taking notes in every single class, in every single period for the next 2 days. And if not,
me, right?
What's that?
In grades above me, right?
And grades, like literally every class offered by the school.
Oops.
And if not, the varsity team is going to get bad grades, which may or may not threaten eligibility in some cases. So, Morgan, you don't know that just now. But yeah, Darby, you are, you're here, you're kind of like spreading information. People are going, you have plans to like go to the library. A bunch of the team are loading onto the bus. Arno, the player, is chatting with Barbara Ann Wormwood, like close to the mound. And you're watching all of this when all of a sudden, and without warning or even a rumbling in the ground, a series of fissures opens up under the ball field, partially swallowing a bus full of players and causing Arno and Barbara Ann Wormwood to fall into a giant hole. Let's switch.
Is that normal?
No. Mindy, you're making a phone call. Who are you calling?
Ryan.
All right, so you're calling off of Morgan's phone.
Yeah. And can I go into like an equipment shed?
Sure. There is a hardened equipment shed that is,
Wait, are you in the umpire shed?
No, the other one that the umpire shed cannot be accessed. This is just another hardened shed. So you go in there, close like the big iron door, and make the call. And you get a, hey, Morgan, everything okay?
Hello, Ryan. This is actually Mindy Mathers calling on Morgan's phone.
Oh,
Morgan's
hey.
fine. Everything's great.
Okay. Yeah. Well, what could I do for you?
Well, we're having a wonderful day at school, and I am in the middle of a school project.
I will be a guest speaker.
Okay. Well, I'll see if I can find an opportunity for you to do that.
Oh, so it's not that. What can I help with? Do you need poster board? I have a lot of poster board.
These are really good guesses. What I actually need for this project with your help with would be just to ask you a few questions for a survey for my survey class.
Survey class. Oh, that sounds valuable. I think everybody needs to have a good working understanding of both qualitative and quantitative data collection.
Yeah, exactly.
Are there any kind of forms I need to fill out first?
It is actually a verbal survey.
Oh, well, that's certainly convenient. All right, I'm ready.
So, okay, fantastic. If you're ready, then I will just start going down the list.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. What's your favorite color?
Ooh, I would say like a dark red, like a crimson or a maroon.
Excellent. And please state your name.
Ryan.
Fantastic. Now that we've established a baseline, I'll move on to part 2. What was the last restaurant you patronized?
Oh, well, let's see. I just had brunch at the Farmer's Face.
The Farmer's Face?
It's very good. They make their own bread.
Incredible. And did you go with a spouse, B, a friend, or C, other?
C, other.
Fantastic. And it is a fill in the blank, so if you could give me the name.
Well, sure.
Well, hold on. He said brunch
Yeah, so it's
and not
today.
dinner. He's
Did
playing
he
you.
get brunch Did he get brunch on a Thursday morning?
And he gives you the name of Douglas Game Developer, who is his boss, as well as a couple of coworkers.
This fancy son of a gun getting brunch on a weekday morning. Okay. Thank you. Part 2 went excellently. Part 3. This is so helpful, Ryan. Part 3. Do you have any business associates under the age of 19?
Ooh. That depends. Yeah, he doesn't want to answer this. Do I have to answer every question?
As with all surveys, no.
Then I abstain.
That's true about surveys, which I would know from my survey class, that there must be a pass option.
Yes.
Yes. I've learned this. Okay. What is the nature of your last How many?
Oh my god.
Ryan, part 4. Last question.
Well, part 3.
That was part 3.
Oh, it was a very fast part.
Part 4 is, what was the nature of your last conversation with a Somerville Grammar School student, aside from one you are related to by marriage or blood?
Business opportunity.
Part 5, elaborate?
I abstain.
Excellent. And that is all 5 parts of this survey, Ryan. Thanks so much for doing
Did you
this.
design this survey?
Oh, yes. Now it's time for the feedback portion. How would you recommend this survey to a friend?
MPS question.
I'll be honest, Mindy, I don't think I would.
Well, thank you for your honesty.
But that's not to say you shouldn't keep making surveys.
Well, it's my
Qualitative
first
data
one.
collection is hugely important, and I wish everyone learned it.
Absolutely. I'm glad that I can start my learning curve from such an attainable first, go at it. I'm sure my next one will be better. This was so helpful, Ryan. And I really appreciate the time you're taking out of your day. If you ever want to talk to me about business opportunities, I'm a bright young mind.
I have observed this over the past several years. Yes, you are.
Thank you, Ryan. Anything else you want to talk about?
Well, how's your family?
They're good.
All right. Well, I'm going to go.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm going to leave the equipment shut. That was the most embarrassing phone call of my life. And one time I called Susie and just screamed into the phone.
Yes. So you open the door and immediately see carnage. Let's switch to Morgan and Zlobs. Morgan and Zlobs, you are working under the assumption that Arno's surprise is happening today, and so you need to create some kind of surprise to draw attention. What do you have in mind?
The fissure is opening up in the earth, right?
It is, but you are inside and don't yet realize it. You may know soon, but not right this second.
I see. Okay, Zlobs, what's the big surprise?
It's a big surprise.
Yeah.
Well, if we parlay what's happening, our other gambit about Darby spreading how powerful of a witch you are, we would have to prove that to the school. And I push forward a what can only be described as a cheddar totem.
Cheddar totem.
A cheddar totem. Yes, I stole this from the arcane class. We could pop this totem, summon a cheese devil, and you can fight the cheese devil in front of everyone, and you can show how powerful a witch you are.
When do I pop this totem?
At the most opportune time.
Lunch.
Lunch would be good. That makes sense. Like you can pretend like it's coming. Oh, what happens? Okay, so what I'll do is I'll take a bite out of my sandwich and it'll pop the totem, and then there'll be a cheese devil, and I'm like, oh no, who's going to save me? I hope a powerful witch does, and you can swoop in and show how strong you are.
Yeah? Is that not... What if it... Okay.
Then you lose, Morgan. Okay, if it doesn't work, you lose. Okay.
No. Okay.
Real talk with you. We're in a bad situation. Tactically, I'm a tactical genius, and oh boy, are we like our back against the wall with no ammunition, and we have a paintball gun with no paintballs in it, and they have like a howitzer pointing at us from 3 miles away. We're screwed, Morgan.
Oh,
Wow.
This doesn't look good.
oh,
I've
Zlobs.
never heard Zlobs talk like this.
I'm so... Okay, you know what? I put full faith and trust into you, Zlobs.
I led you down this bad path. It's my fault. I'm so sorry, Morgan.
It's okay.
I'm a horrible campaign manager. I'm the reason why you're going to lose.
I'm going to grab Zlobs by the shirt. Zlobs! Snap out of it, boy. I'm glad that I have you as my campaign manager. I can't trust anyone else except for Darby and Mathers. And they probably would have been better, but I'm glad I picked you.
Oh.
You know why?
Because I'm a tactical genius.
Because you're a tactical genius. And we're going to get through this. Zlobs.
Okay.
I'll fight a cheese devil for you, okay?
All right. So the two of you, go to the cafeteria early. You kind of like hide the cheese devil somewhere. I'm sorry, the cheese totem, the cheddar totem.
We also have to set up a ritual in the cafeteria.
Exactly. So, so you kind of set it up, and then you need to kind of set up a ritual so that the thing triggers. So, essentially, do you want the ritual to be whenever Zlobs takes a bite out of food, the cheddar the cheddar totem will activate?
Yep.
Okay.
But remember, Zlobs, no snacking.
Oh, but I'm constantly hungry. I'm very food motivated.
Okay.
I'll have to feast on my many sim gyms.
So so you're like eating before the ritual starts so that you can stay not hungry until lunch.
Yeah, it's like you don't want to go to a store, like a grocery store, while you're hungry because you'll buy a bunch of stuff you're not gonna eat.
You just eat everything.
Yeah, so load up on mechanically separated meat.
That sounds good. All right, so Morgan, let's have you roll for the ritual. You're going to need a cheddar totem, which you have, and you would also need something of Zlobs's to attach to the cheddar totem to kind of create like a magical thread between Zlobs and the cheddar totem. So.
Oh, perfect. I have some blood.
Why do you have this?
I lose blood.
It is...
Why not waste it?
Still warm. So you have a cheddar totem. You hide it somewhere in the kitchen or near where the kitchen like meets like the buffet line. You kind of slide the vial of blood kind of into the cheese devil with a very sickening squish noise and conduct the ritual. So let's go with 2d6 plus weird.
That is an 8.
All right, a partial success. Okay. So, for certain, this thing is going to get triggered when Zlobs bites a sandwich. However, it could also be triggered by something else that Zlobs does. What would that thing be, Morgan? What is something that Zlobs does fairly often?
Oh man. Bleed.
Bleed. Okay, so this thing will 100% go off if Zlobs takes a bite of food, and there's a chance it'll go off if Zlobs bleeds. So it's like, okay, got it. And it's at this point that it's not the fire alarm, it's the danger alarm goes off in the school. Uh-oh. Let's switch to outside. On the field, Darby, you're in the stands. Mindy, you're along one of the foul baselines, like having emerged from having your phone call. And yeah, the field is being like crisscrossed by these like open fissures. An incredibly large one has opened in the parking lot next to the field and is in the process of swallowing the bus full of varsity players. A whole bunch of people have sprinted towards the bus. The two of you are, essentially near-ish to the field. You look around, it's like, we're surrounded by people with powers. And a bunch of them topple over as one of the bleachers kind of caves in. And all of them are now like in a pile of like splintered metal. So Mindy and Darby, the two of you are looking at Arno the player and Barbara Ann Wormwood at this point now like falling into a fissure and like grasping and clawing at the ground. What do either of you do?
I'm diving after them.
Got it.
Wings out. Gonna try to grab whoever looks the most precarious.
Sounds good. That would be that's definitely a... That would be, that's a act under pressure roll. So give me a 2d6 plus cool.
Not tough? No?
No, this is acting under pressure. You're not doing damage.
7.
Okay. You can save one of them from falling into the fissure. Jolene's sister or Arno the player?
Ooh.
Do I know what Barbara Ann's like powers are? Does she have any?
2d6 plus sharp minus 1 because it needs to come up in your mind immediately.
5.
Oh no.
You are pretty sure it's levitation.
Okay, I'm going for Arno.
All right. Yeah, you kind of like arc low across the field, jumping from one of the bleachers, and kind of swoop down and grab Arno and kind of pick him up. You kind of look and try to make a bank, like you kind of drop him behind home plate, where you can kind of keep track of him, and start swooping around, and you see Barbara Ann Wormwood just fall into the earth.
Oh.
Arno is screaming, "No! She can't do anything down there!" He's panicking. Mindy, what do you do?
I have a couple questions. Number 1, is anybody else on the bus?
Yeah, like the team is on the bus. Arno and Barbara Ann just happen to be like dilly-dallying and talking.
And the bus is sinking into the...
There's a large fissure that's kind of slowly pulling the bus in. There are people around it, and you think they are starting to use powers, but you don't know what they're doing, who's in control, anything like that.
Okay. Is there a driver in the driver's seat of the bus?
Yes, there is.
Okay. Okay. Oh, and my last question, I'm sorry. Am I allowed to have my crossbow on me in school? I am a hall monitor.
You are a hall. So absolutely, you are. Yes.
Okay, great. I am a hall monitor, so I better have my crossbow. I'm gonna Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Take my crossbow out of my backpack. I am going to take a running jump off the end of one of the bleachers and grab the long decorative line of flags from around the baseball field, the blaseball field, and tie one end to the end of my crossbow bolt. And I'm going to shoot my crossbow bolt into the rescue shot, the like padded head of the driver's seat of the bus.
Oh, that's so good.
Nice.
I'm not going to shoot the driver in the head. I'm going to just lodge the bolt into the driver's seat so that everyone can work their way to the front of the bus and pull themselves to safety.
I love it. That is also an act under pressure maneuver. So that's 2d6 plus cool. I will give you a +1 because of the sheer raw creativity of it, though. So roll it and see what happens.
All right. Let's get one good roll here. Okay, for cool, we'll take it. It's going to be a 7.
Okay. Partial success. So yeah, you kind of line up the shot. It is a remarkably cool thing for you to do. You like dive off the side, you grab, you tie it around a bolt, you fire it, pew, and sure enough, it embeds in the seat.
Excellent.
And yeah, instantly people, start kind of looking around. It's like, oh, okay. Like, and there are people on the bus. For the partial success, what's going to happen is you're going to, next turn, you're going to need to make another roll to get them to actually start, like, climbing this thing.
Okay.
So we'll have to deal with that later. It's like people don't piece it together just yet.
And can I, as a free action, just press my hall monitor badge to alert the other hall monitors that are in school today?
Boop. Yep. So you do that. We cut to headquarters. Lisa Lemonwedge is kind of monitoring all of the various feeds. Hall monitors are walking in the hall, and all of a sudden, like whoop whoop whoop, her badge kind of flips on, and she's like, Mathers, and she kind of adjusts some knobs on like the bank of television screens, and boom, it goes to the field, and she smashes the button that sets off the danger alarm. Anyway, Morgan and Zlobs, you hear the danger alarm. You are in the cafeteria, having just completed the ritual. What do you do?
Is that for us? Did we set off? No.
We can't have.
No. Let's run outside, because that's typically what happens. Like, it would have been inside, we would have heard it.
Yeah, so I want each of you to roll 2d6 plus cool. Lowest score between the two of you is what you get. Because this is just simply how fast can you get outside.
Oh.
Well, hold on. Can I help Morgan out with this?
The two, yes, but here's how. Mm-hmm. If you want to help out, you're going to have to transfer numbers over. So
that's great.
Each of you roll, you add them up, you divvy them up between the two of you.
Well, I mean, there's a help out roll.
There is, but you are currently doing a simultaneous action.
That's fair. Okay, well, I got 14.
Please give me some of that.
And Morgan, what'd you get?
I'm trading
5.
Okay.
Great.
So
I give her 5.
Got it. So
wait, how much did you roll, Morgan?
5.
5. I give you 5.
All right.
Okay. So
and I bumped down to 9.
And you bumped down to 9. Well, so you're going to get there not immediately. So let's narrow. Actually, that's high enough that we'll kind of limit this to the outside. Hold on. Let me look something up since we are.
Morgan, I know a shortcut.
So you know a shortcut. Morgan, you take off like a shot after him. You're running. You kind of are like running down a corridor from the cafeteria. You see a number of members of the Volworks just screaming at each other. There are 2 John Smiths that are literally grabbing each other's collars, screaming like, "This is your fault! This is your fault!" You run by, you see Andrew Ababio and a couple other John Smiths with like giant tools. It looks like a spray foam or a caulking gun, but a lot bigger and full of, you think, liquid metal, like pouring it into fissures near the school. And Andrew Ababio is just like spraying liquid metal into like a big fissure, just saying, "I am so dead. I am so dead." And you, sure enough, run out. So you're not going to be able to interact. Like Darby and Mindy are each going to get another turn before you're in play. Darby, you're up. Arno is free from immediate harm. Barbara Ann Wormwood has fallen down a hole.
Yeah, I'm going after her next.
All right. Give me a 2d6 plus... Well, I'll let you fly over first, then you tell me what to do. So, you kind of run, jump, wings out, like big swoop. You kind of go up and then down and start, like you kind of tuck your wings and kind of fall through the hole a little while. It's not like you fall into like a giant cave or something. It's like a fissure. So it's like a canyon that is opened up. It goes about 20 feet down. Barbara Ann is at the bottom of it. And she appears to be... All right, give me a 2d6 plus sharp.
5.
Okay. She is trying to scramble and crawl back up the sides, but she can't. You don't know why. Essentially, you are approaching her kind of in a controlled dive. She's at the bottom. So you can get to her. What do you want to do?
I want to just extend my hand out and try to tell her to grab my hand so I can pull her up and throw her basically like underneath me so I can have her and then just basically fly out with her.
Gotcha.
If there's enough room.
Okay, that'll be... This is... I'll let you roll tough because this isn't combat, but this is kind of more... This is a strength thing, and it's essentially a contested thing. So give me a 2d6 plus tough, -1 for reasons that may become clear.
12.
Okay. So you fly down. It's like, "I gotcha." You kind of grab and you yank, and you hear a absolutely blood curdling scream from Barbara Ann. Like not a scared scream. She's a varsity player, but like an agony scream. Your wings are kind of up above. You kind of fold them in and use them like scoops. And like you start kind of clawing up the side of this ravine, carrying her as you go. With a 12, you get up far enough and you look and you see writhing, scaly, bony tentacles reaching up out of the sand and the dirt and the rocks, lashing around blindly and hungrily. You get both of you just out of reach. Mindy, your turn. There's a bunch of chaos happening with the bus. No one has taken control of the situation over there. So you've got a bunch of high school students, some of whom have a lot of power, some of whom are just really good at Blaseball, all trying to help in their own way. One of the tires is melted because you think one of your students was like, fire would help somehow, and that didn't work. Other people are trying to levitate the bus. Some people are trying to physically yank it. Like, there is too much going on that they came up with a cohesive response to this. So, you have literally fired a lifeline into the bus, though. So, what do you want to do? This role will be to get people off the bus, whatever it is you choose to do.
Yeah. Can I mental message the bus driver?
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to say, hello, don't be alarmed. I'm a hall monitor. Repeat after me. Ready?
Ready! She repeats after you loudly.
Okay. Everybody, grab hold of the line and pull yourselves off the bus one by one.
Okay, and she shouts this all out. This is going to be a weird role because you are providing psychic communication through someone in a way that doesn't freak her out.
Yes, that's the goal.
2d6 plus weird. Good luck.
10.
Nice. What follows is an orderly retreat off of this bus despite the chaos.
Excellent.
All the players kick out the window and start kind of arm over arming it, helping people along. Once the other people helping realize what's going on, they kind of all aggregate their efforts to just keep the bus from falling into the ground, which gives everyone enough time to kind of arm over arm it out of there.
Fantastic.
You are overseeing this effort. It's at this point, Morgan and Zlobs, that you arrive. You're kind of running in from a distance. You see Darby kind of flying through the air, holding Barbara Ann Wormwood. You see Mindy organizing an evacuation effort 100 feet that way. And you also see in the middle of the field a fissure opening up and a horrible thing made of tentacles and eyes kind of wriggling itself out.
Okay. I'm gonna approach the tentacle-y thing and see if I can recognize it.
Give me a 2d6 plus weird. No, we'll read a bad situation. 2d6 plus sharp.
6.
Ooh, all right.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Horrifyingly, you don't know what this is. And this isn't a you miss roll. This is a you rack your rather smart mind and you don't know what this is.
Gosh. Okay.
What is it?
I don't know.
Would you like to do anything?
I'm really nervous about attacking it because it might be confused and I don't want to make it any worse. Are people getting off the bus safely?
Yes.
Okay. Is the tentacles going after anything in particular?
It will depend on what you do next.
That's what I was afraid of. Okay. I'm going to prepare a ritual.
Okay, what would you like that ritual to do?
I would like that ritual to teleport this celestial body somewhere else.
You could actually just use magic for that.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, if you just want to trap it, if you want to teleport it, that'll take you a few turns. If you just want to trap it or hold it, it could be right now.
I'll trap it and hold it.
All right. 2d6 plus weird.
Wow. 7.
Okay. The effect is that you trap it. The glitch is that you take 1 harm. So, you approach and you're like, all right, no problem. And you kind of walk up, like electric energy coursing through your arms, and you more or less throw an electrical cage around it like a net. Like the irons coming up out of the sand, and you kind of get it. This thing is writhing. It's not screaming. It's not making noise, but it feels loud. And as it's doing that, a tendril extends much longer than you think it should and kind of lash you across the neck. So you take 1 harm. Zlobs, you're up. What do you want to do?
I need a hall pass.
Yeah, so you start looking for a hall pass. Who is here? Who is here that could give you a hall pass? There's someone here that could help you. Umpire Sweetwind is here. And is helping with bus duty. Umpire Sweetwind is in the training armor, which is just lighter because it's a warm day, and she's like holding onto the bumper of the bus. But yeah, she definitely can print out a hall pass.
Hi, Ump. I need a hall pass. I think it would be very helpful for me to also have a suit of armor.
2d6 plus charm.
7.
She looks at you, hits a button on her armor, and the onboard printer prints out a hall pass with your name on it, which she then rips off and hands to you.
I'll make it up to you later.
Bye! Come on, anchor it down, everybody. So you have a hall pass. What do you want to do with it?
I want to bust open the. It's like when you have a ticket machine at an arcade. You put it into like the little slot at the umpire building, and it like go and the door opens up, and there's.
Okay, so yeah, you want armor. Sure. So you spend a turn armoring up.
But specifically, as I'm putting on the helmet, I want to take out one of my other ump helmets that I got from when we were in Chincoteague, plug scope into it, and then put that on.
Whoa.
So you want you and Scope to be piloting this thing together?
Mm-hmm. And the not the training helmet, but the real helmet that I got from our away mission.
Yes, indeed.
Because I have 2 of those. Yes.
All right. Well, for sake of this, you're going to get a +1 to every roll you make. Scope's in there. Scope is essentially automatically helping you nonstop. Scope is perpetually succeeding in helping you because this is highly advanced armor that you should not have, but you do. Like the onboard computer is good. It's like Scope is driving like an FBI van full of equipment, like right now. You're doing that. Okay. Darby, you are looking. Morgan is fighting or trying to trap this thing. It is writhing. Morgan is hurt. Zlobs is in the umpire's closet. What do you want to do?
Are there still people stuck in the fissures besides the people on the bus?
Is the catcher okay?
Yes. Let's talk about the catcher for a second. The catcher is Poke Prodders, who, despite his squatness, has unsettlingly long fingers. Just
oh gosh.
Just like Japanese animation style kind of stuff. You're pretty sure that if Poke did a yoga pose. Poke could just like slither along on his giant fingers.
Oh no.
Which is a lot.
It reminds me of like the thing longer from Futurama, except for every finger.
For every finger. You are not wrong. So yeah, Poke is fine. So Darby, functionally, the only thing you have to worry about is this thing. Like the rest of the school are like pulling people out of holes and helping Mindy with the bus and doing all of that.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna land by Morgan and say, keep it as trapped as you can, and then just with a running start, run with my flaming sword drawn and attempt to banish this thing.
All right, so you're gonna try a banish.
Dodging tentacles along the way.
As one
I gotta get at the
does.
center of mass.
Let me look up banish. I always have to look up banish. That's cast out evil. Yep. 2d6 plus tough. I'll give you +1 because this thing is trapped.
10, 11.
All right. So here's. Oh. Hold on one moment.
Oh
Cat's in danger. Save that cat.
Save that cat. Who's that crying baby?
And with a great and resounding meow. So this thing is, because you had an 11, you learn something very important and then do something else instead. This thing cannot be banished. As unnatural as it looks, it is not unnatural.
What the?
It is, and this is what you realize, and like it all kind of comes together in a second. Oh, no, this thing is real and from here. Its home is here.
Oh.
So you can't banish it. What you do instead is your damage to it. It also does its damage to you. So you get a 10 plus. You can either do 1 additional damage, take 1 less damage, gain 1 on your next roll, or put the target right where you want it.
Ooh. +1 on additional rolls.
Got it. So it could be your next roll or someone else's. You could decide next. So yeah, you do a bunch of damage. It does 1 damage to you. Presumably you're wearing your armor. If so, you're fine. And yeah, you come down, big thunderous swing of the sword, and, you know, like angelic chorus in your ears, like, you know, hasten your exit thing, and like reverberating tones. And this thing doesn't go anywhere. So you end up just like cleaving it practically in half. Okay. Let's go back to Mindy. I think you're still occupied. Let's go to Morgan.
Okay. So I just watched Darbs slice it in half.
More or less.
Is it still...
It's still a threat. It is writhing under that net of yours.
Okay. I think I've solidified that it's a threat. I'm going to throw an ungodly amount of electric blaseball energy into it.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good to me. Let's
That's
go.
in the trailer.
Yeah. Let's go with this will be a This is combat magic, so 2d6 plus weird.
Cool. And I'm going to try and strike it in the center so that it goes out to the tendrils.
Got it. Roll.
Woohoo! 12.
Oh, good heavens. Okay. All right. So this is on a 12 plus. You can deal double damage, take no damage, or the target flees.
The target flees.
Okay. So, you know, like you kind of walk forward, there's like blood pouring down like the side of your neck, you know, arms up real big, and you just throw a tremendous amount of energy in the form of like a giant, really fast electrical blaseball that kind of strikes it. It explodes. A bunch of tentacles fly off, and what's left of it kind of slithers beneath the earth again.
Nice job, Morgan.
Thanks. I felt good to be a pitcher again.
Yeah.
What was that?
I don't know, but something that's from here. There's nowhere else you can go. That is an earthly creature, if I ever saw one.
I wonder if the Volurks accidentally dug it up. I heard that they were, while I was running by them, they were mentioning
Oh.
that they did something.
Yeah, maybe they did. Disturbed it in some way.
Mathers,
Yeah?
can you read one of the Volurks people's mind to see if you can find out? You're a public mind, right?
Sure. I'm a little busy over here. I'll
You're still organizing the efforts, but if you want to try a roll, you can.
I'll try a roll. I'll see if I can reach out to a Volworks
Where's Zlobs?
member.
2d6 plus weird. -1 because you're focused on other stuff, though.
-1. 12.
Okay, you're fine. Do you want to go into Andrew Ababio's mind or one of the John Smiths?
Andrew Ababio.
All right. So Andrew Ababio's mind, you know him. You were on the traveling team with him. You've been through like many, many great adventures. And so it's not just like a stranger. Like this is kind of a well-worn path. Like you've dug through his mind before.
I have.
And so you kind of step in and you're seeing through his eyes. You're in a cave system, really more of a mine than anything else. And there's nothing that you're seeing that can necessarily confirm this, but you know you're about 40 or 50 feet below the Somerville field. You're in a mine that has been here for decades, but you are carving a new path through it. You've been at it for days and days. Suddenly the ground kind of gives way, and Andrew Ababio, fires like a tether as he starts falling through a hole. And all of a sudden, instead of falling, he's kind of rappelling down into essentially like a shaft, like an open shaft, not like a big cave, but like just a big scary hole that just goes down and down and down. The further down he goes, the more he realizes that he's in a lot of danger. And he looks and like this shaft kind of splits into other shafts. And at this point, we kind of like jump ahead a little bit in memory. The sense you get, it's because Andrew Ababio was either so scared or came across something so dangerous that like his memory didn't imprint on it. And so you kind of like jump past whatever happened. And he is now several hundred feet below the high school. You are looking around in his eyes. You are in open space. And that's kind of all either of your brains can process. Like, imagine like showing like a hunter-gatherer from 10,000 years ago a picture of the Sydney Opera House. Like, what you are seeing is so beyond your comprehension. All you know is that whatever is here is old and terrifying. And then you kind of jump ahead again Andrew Ababio is wriggling up one of these corridors, and then you jump ahead again, and all of a sudden Andrew Ababio and the rest of the Volworks are having a hushed conversation about detonating some explosives. And then you jump ahead to about an hour ago, where a bunch of explosives detonated and then fissures opened up under the school.
Oh, no.
I mean, that's what I would have done.
Yeah.
Yeah, Morgan, it seems like Andrew might have accidentally unleashed some kind of ancient horror with the Volworks.
All right, classic Ababio. Where is Zlobs?
Okay.
Meanwhile,
the Volworks are sealing fissures around the school. But along the beautiful little walking path that leads from the school to like the big bike paths that stretch through Somerville, the biggest fissure yet slides open. A mass of tentacles pours forth. Not just one of these things, but probably 50. Zlobs, scope is feeding you real-time information, and you see on this heads-up display like essentially a sonar map constantly pinging as red dots rain down towards your location. You plant your feet, you get your arms out, and you get ready. We'll end it right there.
Oh.
how many parts? How many parts is this episode? I can't believe I spent that long on the phone with Ryan.
Arno the player, sitting at home plate, tending to the people getting off the bus, a lot of whom are shaken up, damaged by glass, bleeding. The phone in his pocket buzzes. He takes it out and looks at it real quick. It's a California number. Next week still good? Question mark. His response, yes, and I cannot thank you enough. Anything for a fan. We'll end it right there.
There's a title card that says weeks earlier that appears, that fades away into a shot of Powder House Park that goes down the road in Somerville to a large tree with a house in the top of the tree. We follow almost like a drone into the window, and we see Severus Lobin and an older but still very tiny and cute owl sitting at a desk drinking tea. And you see Zlobs pick up a helmet, plop it on the table, push it forward towards her. And Zlobs says, I'm looking to have this jailbroken. So I would like to call in my favor.
Jessu leans in, Cheshire grin stretching across her tiny little beak, and she picks up off the table just the cutest little soldering iron you've ever seen. Challenge accepted.